In today's world, the idea of being without friends can seem alarming, especially when society places such importance on social connections. But what if I told you that solitude, when embraced with the right mindset, is a powerful season of growth? Being a woman with no friends doesn't mean you're lacking, but instead, you're being positioned for something greater. Solitude is often misunderstood in our world today. Many people equate being alone with being lonely, but the two are vastly different. For a woman with no friends, solitude can be one of the most powerful experiences she will ever go through, if approached with the right perspective. Rather than being a time of sadness or feeling abandoned, solitude is an opportunity to grow stronger, to reflect deeply, and to connect with something greater than herself. It can be a season where she discovers her true strength, finds her identity outside of social circles, and learns to lean on God rather than on human relationships for validation and purpose. In a culture that celebrates constant connection, there is an unspoken fear of being alone. We are conditioned to believe that if we don't have friends, something must be wrong with us. But what if solitude is a gift? What if the absence of friends is actually a sign that you are being set apart for a higher purpose? There is strength in standing alone, in learning how to be your own greatest source of encouragement, and in discovering the inner resilience that only surfaces when no one else is around. When a woman finds herself without friends, she is often forced to go inward and reflect. This period of introspection allows her to examine who she really is, what she values, and what she is called to do. Without the distraction of social connections, she can think more clearly about her purpose and the direction of her life. She is not influenced by the opinions or judgments of others, but instead she is able to listen to her own heart and, more importantly, to the voice of God. In this time, she can strengthen her relationship with the Creator, understanding that true strength does not come from the presence of friends, but from the presence of God in her life. One of the remarkable things about solitude is that it often leads to self-discovery. A woman who has no friends may begin to see aspects of herself that she never noticed before. She may discover strengths, talents, or passions that were overshadowed by the demands of social life. In the quiet of solitude, she can begin to develop those gifts and prepare herself for the next chapter of her life. This period is not about being lonely, but about being alone for a purpose. It's a time when God can work on her, shaping her character, molding her heart, and preparing her for what's to come. It's also important to recognize that solitude is not a permanent state. It is a season, and like all seasons, it will eventually change. But during this season, a woman has the opportunity to strengthen her emotional and spiritual foundation. She learns how to depend on herself and on God rather than relying on external relationships for validation. This builds a resilience within her that will carry her through future challenges. When a woman can stand strong on her own, she is prepared for anything. She becomes unshakable, knowing that her strength comes from within and from her relationship with God, not from the approval or companionship of others. Solitude also teaches a woman the power of discernment. When she is without friends, she has the time and space to reflect on the relationships she has had in the past and the types of people she wants to allow into her life in the future. She can begin to see which friendships were draining her, which ones were toxic, and which ones were not aligned with her purpose. This period of reflection sharpens her ability to discern who truly belongs in her life and who doesn't. As she grows in discernment, she will be more selective in the future, ensuring that the people she surrounds herself with are those who support her growth, challenge her in positive ways, and share in her vision for life. Solitude allows a woman to develop her own voice. When she is not constantly influenced by the opinions or judgments of friends, she can begin to trust her own thoughts and instincts. She learns to speak with confidence and to stand by her convictions even when no one else is standing with her. This is an incredibly empowering experience. A woman who has developed her own voice in solitude is a woman who can walk into any situation with confidence, knowing that her strength does not come from external sources but from within.